the Nerd,
and the Turd.
Well, hello there. I'm Dave, and this is Chris, and welcome back to the Nerd and the Turd, your every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time show where we give out our smelly picks for the weekend. Sometimes mine are smelly. Chris's are god-awful smelly. But anyways, how you doing, Chris? How was your week?
Great, brother. Doing well. Ready. Really excited for this divisional weekend. What about you?
Yeah, this is I was talking to the Earl twins. I don't think I can remember this many good, like all these games are good, I think.
Yeah.
Even though people are saying that Kansas City is going to smash Jacksonville and whatever, but I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's cool that the Giants are in. I actually think it's cool that the Cowboys Niners are a thing because when those teams are good, the NFL is good. I'm looking forward to it, and there's some definite. Hold on, doing some production here. And there's a lot of action I like too. I know we're on the opposite side of the one game, which we're not going to talk about on the show as far as picks, but there are props, totals, all sorts of shit. So, anyways, let's get to our record. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for showing up. Which we didn't do too well last week. We actually squeaked out a. Is that? Yeah, that's right. We squeaked out a barely not so bad weekend. It could have turned way worse, especially with Jacksonville because that was my pick. But we lost 2.5 units, which is what we're about down. I mean, it's early in the year, but on to this week. But that's the record. And a couple more things. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead if you have any. Tell us a story real quick while I do some production.
Well, my fade guy is killing it right now. I'm hoping that he regresses. He killed it, but then he texted me today, I'm going to be on the dogs. And I'm like, oh, shit, I like the dogs too. But then he proceeds to text Chiefs first quarter, first half in game. So he can't stay away from the favorites. So I'm going to be a Jaguar fan tomorrow to start off. And I know you got the over. So let's get some. Obviously, we need the Jags to score a little bit too, unless we have a case of Georgia and TCU. But
yeah, I even think in that case. So that's why I'll jump into my pick. But I was thinking the same exact thing for that game. But just to talk about dogs, I like 3 of the dogs. You like all the dogs, but I like 3 of the dogs. It just and we talk about my index that I use and all that. It got real tight. The Kansas City number's right on it, and there's no real value more than a point or a point and a half in any game. So that's what happens, and that's why indexes aren't the end all be all. Especially in NFL, it's the toughest sport to cap. But I'll get to the first pick. We talked about it. I like the Jags Chiefs over at 52.5. And the way that I see it, I mean, we all know these teams can throw. We all know that actually maybe you didn't know. These teams are not good versus the pass. They're not. And but the other big thing for me, there's 2 things. One is I don't care so much. It could be a back and forth gun battle. I think that's what it's going to be. Or I actually think that one or the other team could get out ahead and the other one could come back. Any of those scenarios can happen. But I also think if this is a Kansas City smash spot, they can score 40 points by themselves. So that's why I think the best play in the game is the over. I do lean towards the Jaguars and the points. But the other thing too is Andy Reid isn't a guy that this situation and also Andy Reid, he's not a guy that takes his foot off your throat. It's not what he does. And I think that he's not a guy that leaves doubt. And if the Jaguars keep it close or the Jaguars beat him, I think that will embarrass him. I just see Andy Reid as kind of even though he looks like a big teddy bear, he's kind of a ruthless motherfucker. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. The only thing that sometimes that scares me with him, he's sometimes conservative. He'll kick like a 4th and 2 or maybe punt it from midfield instead of you want him to go for it and go get points. I know the only trend that scares me with the total is I think when KC is favored by more than a touchdown since Andy Reid's been there, or maybe it's since Mahomes been there. It's like a 60% to the under. So it just implies that, like you said, if they do get big leads, they punch it on. But 40-10 here even is still under. But like you said, I expect the Jags to get. I mean, if they can put. I mean, I think the Chargers defense is not as good as the Chiefs, but if they could do that comeback like they did to the Chargers, then hopefully they can go put at least 20 points up.
You mean the Chiefs defense isn't good as the Chargers? Was that what you meant?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're both not that good, but they're not like in the top part of the league. So if they could do that comeback and put up that 30-something points, you should be able to see them get points this week too.
Yeah, these aren't great defenses, and particularly against the pass, they're not good.
Right.
They're in the bottom third. So that's my deal. But let's go to your first pick in college basketball.
Yeah, college basketball. This is just kind of a fade of a Super Bowl team. They just played Kansas at home. I know Kelly in Vegas was there. A couple of my guys that are sharp were there. Trig, we were on them. Small home dog. Kansas State wins outright. And now they're hosting little old Texas Tech, who's lost, I think, 5 or 6 in a row. They're reeling. K-State's really looking really sharp, really good ranked team. And it's only, I thought it'd be like 6 or 7. You told me 5.5. I'm like, good, even better. Kind of smelly. So you just beat KU. And here comes the Red Raiders. I think they're scrappy though. I mean, it just depends. I know they went to Texas and only lost by 2 a few games ago. So they can be scrappy. They were favored over over Baylor a few days ago, and they what's up, Rick? And they did not cover that. So now they go from a favorite to a road dog. I always like that. So
it follows your model. It scares the shit out of me because I watched that Kansas State game in Kansas, and Kansas State's a good team. But it nothing would surprise me. I'm not betting it, but I have confidence in your theory about how a team that's well, actually, here's another thing too, and I don't believe in this though. A lot of people believe in letdown spots, so that's a common thought process here for Kansas State. But I don't necessarily believe in that. But this would be a letdown spot if you do. So, anyways, like it.
Yeah, I mean that game even went to overtime, right?
It did. Yep,
yeah, so
sure did.
Exerted a lot, and that was their, like you said, like they love. I mean, when's the last time they beat KU? So I know that was big, but
no, it was big, and a lot of people I knew were on Kansas, and they were F-bombing and texting and going nuts. And anyway, all right. So I'm going to go to the second pick, and my second pick is I wanted to find a QB interception prop. I really liked Joe Burrow. That was my favorite one. I don't like taking props that are extremely juiced. 132 to me, minus 132 is a place that I'll take very rarely, but not in a player prop. That's for sure. That's what I saw Joe Burrow at. But I did take Patrick Mahomes, Mr. MVP, at plus 102. It was actually at plus 104, so it's coming down. And the reason why is he's thrown 12 picks this year. That's fine. But in his last 4 playoff games, he's thrown 5 interceptions. And that to me shows that, you can get to him. Now, here's the deal. The Jags, like we talked about, their pass defense isn't that great. Their sack percentage isn't that great. And they're middle of the line with as far as forcing interceptions. I think they're 17th. So like right there in the middle. But I think in a game where they're going to be pushing it, where Andy Reid's going to be tricky dicky, where there's going to be a lot of passing attempts, which is also something I looked at, but were too high and too juicy. I think this is a good shot for Patrick Mahomes to have an interception. And I got plus money. So that's my favorite prop and one of my favorite plays for the weekend. Yeah, they are both Allen and Dak. I mean, Allen, Dak, and Burrow are juiced, but that's what it should be. I mean, Josh Allen's gonna have some sort of fucking turnover. He's been a turnover machine, and the Niners are too good not to force a turnover. So that's why.
Yeah, I mean, we love some plus money. Exactly. Yeah, when you can get those at plus money, it's good because, I mean, he's been known to throw them. I mean, I think it was last year he went on a streak, kind of like Dak did, where he had won a game, and I was finding him around -120 or -110. I'm like, I have to do it. Like, he's throwing a lot right now. So
Yeah.
for you to get that, one can get away from him, and it's not a big deal. He could throw 2 or 3, and they're still going to be in the game. So.
That's what they were saying. When I was putting in that bet, I was talking to you. I was watching. What's the one with that guy? It's in between. It's on FS1. It's in between Cowherd and Speak.
Fade You Sports Network.
Yeah, it's Fade You Sports. Exactly who it was. It was. It's with the guy. It's with Broussard, Chris Broussard. The guy named his name is Wild, and then the guy that's a Kansas City that talks really loud, and I think he might be Middle Eastern. But either way, they were saying that Mahomes can throw 3 or 4 interceptions or 2 or 3 interceptions and still win the game, no problem. So
yeah, remember when they were down 21-0 to Houston? How'd that end up?
Yep. So anyway, that's it. What's your second pick? You've got a NFL pick too.
Yeah, I'll do the one that's tonight.
You want to do the NBA? Let's do the NBA play. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm doing. I mean, I might be on the wrong. There's a couple ugly dogs tonight. I know the Thunder. They're going to the Kings, only catching like 4 or 5. Kings off looking sharp, but I decided to go with the ESPN game. Lakers are hosting Memphis. Memphis are their absolute fire. I think going for one like a franchise record wins. Lakers have lost, I think, 4 of their last 5. Can't get over the hump every game, barely beating the Rockets, losing to the Kings. So I think this is kind of the line's coming down my way. I saw 7 earlier. It's down 6.5, 6. All the tickets are probably on Memphis. So I'm just going to hope that the Lakers can be competitive. Don't need to win. Just keep it close. And, big game, ESPN Friday night.
Yep. I've been on the wrong side of the Memphis bet. The past 2 bets, I bet them in a game, and I don't really bet I rarely bet the Lakers. For years as a handicapper, when I started doing this and using my brain instead of just throwing my money at what I thought were good teams and not understanding juice and all that, I bet the Lakers and the Niners and USC. But for years, none of my teams have covered. This is the year that some of them have, but the Lakers still haven't. So the Lakers. Last time I bet the Lakers,
they've been bad against the spread last couple years, and usually my rule is either stay away or fade them.
Yep, I bet against them. Yeah,
fade them. I had a heartbreak against them the other day. I had Rockets plus 5 or 6. They get the +1, they reverse the call and then get a foul. End up losing by 8. But so hopefully Lakers can be scrappy tonight and play jaw pretty tight.
I don't hate it. And my next play is actually plays, and you didn't know I was going to do this. I can't decide between these two, and it has to do with the same. Is actually plays, and you didn't know I was going to do this. What the hell is going on? Hold on 1 second. Technical difficulties. All right. So I have part of my system in college basketball, besides indexing and trends and stats and other things, is I have one part of the system that has been fire. And I got it from a capper last year, and I haven't measured it this year, but it's hit the one time I've done it. And you can only do it in mid-January to late February because it has to do with teams that face another team again. And the trend is this. This is check this fucking thing out because this is amazing. And this is from a big site. I'm not going to plug them, but this is from probably their best handicapper on the site. And there's not many of them. They've got 20 something, but he's an actual good one. The stat is teams. Okay, I get this right because I know in my brain I can see it, but I got to be able to explain it. A team that went on the road and lost by double digits. Take that back. A team that at home lost by double digits goes on the road to that same team and is a double-digit dog. So you think that the team that just beat them comes home, there's going to be a higher. It's not the way it is. The team that's a double-digit dog covers like 67% of the time. Yeah. And I didn't measure it this year, but I guarantee you it's at least 65%. It's only been a couple games. And I don't bet it blindly.
You get torched at home, and you go play them again, and you're still catching double dig.
Yep, and you cover. Yeah. So the two teams, and how I get talked off of that is if a team's really shitty, if a team doesn't shoot free throw, if I see some difference, and I couldn't see in the two situations that it happens tomorrow, I could not find or that were listed for tomorrow because not all the games were listed. I could find two, and neither of them compelled me off of it. So I've got DePaul against Providence to see how many points they're getting. It's obviously double digit. I think it's 13 they were getting, and it came down, so that's right. The other one's Georgetown against Xavier, which scares me a little bit more, even though it's 19 points. Xavier has covered big spreads, but Xavier and Providence aren't that much better at free throws, rebounds. There's nothing that's going to give them an edge to push me off. So I'm sticking with that trend. That trend is I almost bet that as much as my St. Peter's trend, which you know what that is. I don't even St. Peter's under, no matter how fucking low it is.
Yeah.
So there's two games. There's two picks. DePaul plus 13, Georgetown plus 19 for tomorrow.
Yeah, ride those trends like St. Peter's, dude. Merrimack, I think, hit like 16 unders in a row before finally, and they had to move it all the way down to like 118. I think St. Peter's today was 122 and a half. They scored like 40 something in the first half.
Yeah. Let's see what that St. Peter's is right now because it's on right now. There's one. I got it at 121 and a half, and it went up to 122 and a half. But we scored 44 points in the first half, and they've already gone through 4 minutes, and they've scored 13 points, which is not going to do it. They need to be on pace to score like 4 points a minute, and they're not. So we probably cashed that. But anyways, shout out to Colby, by the way. Colby won his bet this week. He told me what it was, and he told me again, I forget what it was. But Seahawks was the other one. Cindy had it, and it didn't work out. But what did he say he won? Colby. He had Providence and the hook plus 8.5. So congrats. And it's funny is the way he put it was
yeah, that was the one where it was on the other side. It landed 6. That was a funky one.
Yeah. So he goes, you because I'm acting like we're acting like the book here because we're giving the money. He's like, you lost by the hook, and I'm like, dude, this is a giveaway. Like I'm not losing. Like it's not. I'm happy you guys are here. Trying to get some love and some views and stuff, and we give a little money out because I'm a winning capper. I can give out $100 a week. That's less than a bet for me most of the time. So, but anyways, let's get to your third pick. This is the NFL pick.
Yeah, last week or last game of the week. I obviously we saw both these teams play. They're both riding high. 30-something points from Dallas last week, 41 from the Niners. I know the one thing is that both their Ds are really good. And so I like when you're looking at like you say with St. Peter's, even if they're playing or a Virginia, even if they're playing a high-powered Duke or North Carolina, you're still getting a lower total because defense typically outdoes the offense. I'm hoping we see that here. I know everyone's on the over, but why have they not moved it to 47 or 47 and a half? Why is it just staying right at that 46 and a half? I think too, everyone, I just know a couple guys I fade, probably going to tease this down to like 40 and a half. How does it not go to 21-20? I don't know. I think it might be closer, like a 2017. I think it's going to be lower scoring than we think, Dave. I know you might. I know you have. You like lean Niners. So for you, let's do 24-17. That's under. That's a cover. But yeah, I just think it's going to be a little tighter. Dak isn't going to play perfectly like he did last game. Brock's probably not going to play perfect. I think we might have a couple little stalls at midfield or some short fields, punting, pinning deep. Shanahan might be conserved, just try to get in there, get a win, head to Philly. So we'll see.
I think that too. By the way, and I have thoughts on that, but I didn't know this was Parlay Key. He's a buddy of mine on Twitter. Go check him out. He does all sports, but he does tennis. He's a tennis maven. So if you like to bet tennis, or if you just want to win money and tail a bet and not think about it,
yeah,
here's one for you.
I love tennis bets that are like that, where it's just like a baby plus money. You have to it's that lures the public to lay like whatever the opponent is, minus 130 or minus 140. I like that. So first 1 unit for
And Shelton, U.S. money line at the Australian Open tonight. Thanks, buddy. Parlay Key on Twitter. Go check him out. Everyone I'm talking to is on the over. I don't have an opinion on the total. I do see this game as 24-17 is perfect, or 24-10, or 27-17. I think that the Niners do see it can go both ways. The Niners do just like they might just want to get Chen. I might want to get to Philly, but this is a different team. This Niners team, they score a lot of points, and it's deceptive because they're not throwing it through the air. They just run the fucking ball down your throat, and they have these 15-yard plays, 10-yard plays, and yards after every one of their receivers and tight ends, and they just run for 10 yards after they catch the ball, 15 yards. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't hate the under. I actually, if I lean one way, it would be the under, but I do have the Niners. I know you have the Cowboys, so should be a good game. I don't want it to be a good game, but should be a good game.
Should be, but you'd also like to see the Niners just destroy.
I would. I'd like it to be here, 40-0. There you go. We all win. But anyways, those are our picks. Or scrolling down beneath, you can catch the replay, or you can DM us if you want. If you're still in the live chat, put a comment up, because we are about to give away free picks for this week. If you're there, I'm going to give you 60 seconds and say you're there. Rick's there. Rick's in. Rick might be the only one. Colby, you better be there too. You're there every week. You're fucking Mr. Lucky. Won both times. He's got the pick. Colby's there, of course. No, yeah. If you're the only two, you get it, Colby. But here's the thing. If you're here, it's random. I do this random number generator. Or I could just be saying that, either one, but I'm actually doing it. So we got 3.
He's an honest dad.
Well, everyone's gotten paid. Ask him. Ask anyone that's won. Crystal's there. Crystal, thanks for showing up. All right, Parlay Key, are you here? I wish I knew your actual name. DM me your actual name if you're watching this, because I know you by Parlay Key, or it could be Kai. You know, I'm a. Look at me. Does it look like I? Anyway, Makai. Is it do it phonetically like Maki? I want to get it right. I don't want to call you something. You know, I could just give you a name like Bob, but that's Maki or Kai. Is that how you do Kai? That's how you do Kai, right? Let me know. Okay, you guys are all in it. So we got 1. We're going to do it from top to bottom. So we're going to go Rick is 1, Colby's 2, Cindy's 3, Makai is 4, Crystal is 5. So we've got 5. Open the number generator. Max 5, minimum 1, right? Generate. All right, 3. Who's 3? Lucky winner number 3. Who is that? That is Cindy. 2nd week in a row. Congratulations. Let's do it one more time. And we've got a 5, which I think is Crystal. When I go back to the screen, yes, it is. Crystal and Cindy. Girls' night. Go ahead and put your play in the chat. Congratulations. And yeah, it can be any game. So these are the rules. It can be any game through the next week that has odds that we can verify right now that is a total, a spread, or a money line that's plus 150 to minus 150, but you don't pay the juice and you don't get the extra sweet plus money the first time. Makai. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's get them. Cindy, they can even, I wish I could add horses. I don't know how to do that. I bet my first horse bet ever the other day online. I've done it in person, but I don't understand it. I just do it because it's fun, and I know people that are good at it. You ever go to Santa Anita or Del Mar or Hollywood Park?
Every once in a while, yeah. Yeah, it's been a little while, but
You go to the old Hollywood Park ever over there where SoFi is? You ever been there?
No, yeah, I used to drive by it all the time.
Dude, I used to play cards in that old room, and I went to. I mean, that was a bad part of town, boy.
Yeah,
That was Inglewood. That's a bad part of town. You like the Niners? Oh, geez. So basically, if my team wins, I lose money, but that's okay. So you like the Niners? I think they're at 3.5 right now. We'll give you 3.5. Laying 3.5. Colby, take care, buddy. Come join us next week. So what do you like there, Cindy? If you're still there, oh, Cindy, sorry, Crystal. You have 2 C names. Jeez, see how good I am with names. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for showing up. All right, Crystal, if you're still here, I will. Since you were here and won, go. Oh, Lightning. I was going to say DM me. There it is. Lightning money line for tomorrow. There you go. We like it. So we got Cindy with the 49ers laying 3.5 points, and we've got Crystal with the Lightning money line. It doesn't matter as long as it's under -150 or over plus 150 or the other way around. You know what I'm talking about. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe. Join us next Friday. Go check out Fade You Sports. Go check out Hazmat Suit 23. Go check out my Twitter and the free pick videos. And we'll see you next Friday.